As we mentioned yesterday, of course, the breaking news that Manchester City have been charged with breaching just the 113 regulations since the 2009-2010 season. Of course, a lot of charges thrown at them. Gab explained it all yesterday, but for more, let's welcome in Mark Ogden is in the warm in Sheffield. Ian is with us, as is Don. Mark, we've kind of been here before, haven't we, with Manchester City and proposed breaches of things, and in the end, it's a fine or the Court of Appeal overturns it. Why is this going to be any different?
Well, this has taken almost 4 years to get to this stage because the Premier League have been investigating City for so long, and it went to the High Court about 18 months ago, and City were basically told off by the judge for withholding evidence and being obstructive. So it's taken an awful long time to get here, but I think the fact that the Premier League have applied these charges means that they must be confident they can make them stick. Now, City said in their statement yesterday they have irrefutable evidence which will prove their case, and they're basically saying bring it on. But I do get the sense that the Premier League wouldn't have gone to this length if they didn't feel they could make it stick. So I think this one's going to be, obviously it's going to be one to watch, but I don't think it'll be done very quickly.
No, Gab mentioned yesterday that nothing, as you say, is going to happen, for example, this season. But for the start of next season, we could see points deduction, Mark, or maybe even relegation.
Yeah, I mean, all options are on the table. So it's points deductions, fines, relegation. I mean, expulsion basically means relegation. So, and that could mean backdating, possible titles being taken off City. This goes back to 2009-10. So this is, City have said that they're innocent of the charge, but if they are found to be guilty, this is like industrial scale, isn't it? I mean, this is Lance Armstrong, Ben Johnson material, because this is so big that if City are found guilty, it's so big. So if it's such a big situation, then I think everything has to be on the table, and that includes taking titles off them.
Do you agree, Don? If they're found guilty, they should be stripped of their titles?
I do, Dan. Lord knows where this is going to go and where it's going to end up. But I do feel a little bit sorry for the likes of Man United and Liverpool. I think over the years, because it is historic, Man United will have 3 more titles. I think Liverpool will have 3 more titles. I think in the immediate sort of past, you think how hard Liverpool have pushed Man City by only losing the league by a point twice. You think all that hard work. But then you just showed the list there about the FA Cups and the Carabao Cups. And all of a sudden, you start taking titles and all the domestic trophies off them, it becomes really, really messy. So I've got no idea where this is going to end up.
Where do you stand, Steve? Obviously, Liverpool would gain, as Don said, if City gets stripped of these titles.
Well, Liverpool will gain on paper.
Right.
Emotionally, they won't gain.
No.
Which is what the game's all about.
Right.
But it's still the right thing to do, is to take the titles off.
But from a player's perspective, how would you feel if you're in their shoes?
Again, the emotion's not there.
Right.
They might send you a medal.
Yeah.
They might send you a bonus, which will be nice. But that emotional attachment to winning the league's not there.
Ian, how's it been received from the people that you've been speaking to within the industry?
Well, I think this is a seismic development. As Mark said, you mentioned there have been whiffs of problems for Manchester City and about breaches of financial regulations in the past. I think they were banned for 2 years from the Champions League, but then were cleared in the Court of Arbitration. They don't have that route this time, although they can drag this, I suspect, with their top lawyers through the courts and various appeal processes for quite a long time. But I think it's massively serious, and the feeling you get is that there will be a massive punishment for Manchester City if they are found guilty. And we need to stress, we shouldn't be prejudging this yet. Let's see what the Commission decides. Let's see what the facts actually turn out to be. But if they're guilty, I would not like to see titles in the past reassigned. You don't want things being decided in a boardroom, but they could quite easily be relegated from the Premier League.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.